Thanks, Pradyuman. Uh, I think I was speaking to the African team 30 minutes back. So I've traveled very fast from Africa to Nepal. Let's, let's start this conversation. Maybe a quick introduction from you to start with. Then I have a lot of questions about what's happening in the banking ecosystem in Nepal. And then we'll try to explore what are the opportunities that are there for the fintechs from India. So, over to you.
Thank you. First of all, Sreekant, my name is Pradyuman, Pradyuman Pokharel. I'm the CEO of Muktinath Bikas Bank. It is the largest development bank in Nepal with the balance sheet size of around close to 1 billion US dollar. This is a very brief intro of myself.
No, fair. Pradyuman, I was in Nepal at least 3 times in the last 1 year. There's so many banks. How big is the market? What's the opportunity that exists there?
If you see the banking landscape in Nepal, according to regulatory requirements, there are 4 kinds of financial institutions in Nepal. One is the Class A, Class B, Class C, and Class D. A little bit unique, different from India. Class A is commercial bank. Class B is development bank, while Class C is finance company, and Class D is microfinancial institutions. So if we see the number, uh, Nepal has total GDP size of around 40 billion US dollar. So to cater to that requirement, there are 20 commercial banks, 17 development banks, 17 finance company, and 57 financial institutions, microfinancial institutions. So that way, currently, the financial structure as a whole, apart from the capital market and the insurance, for banking, that representation is there.
पैसे कहाँ बनाते हैं सर? I mean, with the limited number of banks in India, there's always this entire fight about profitability. And what's the major industries there? If I look at it, it's tourism, inward remittances.
Basically, there are 3, 4, major business verticals in Nepal. If you see the contribution to the total GDP, wise, if we have to do the analysis, then agriculture accounts for 24%, whereas the service accounts for 62%, whereas the industry accounts for around 13 to 14%. But if you see the major growth engine for the Nepalese economy perspective, if we have to analyze, then we see, of course, agriculture is number one. Another is the hydropower. Nepal is very rich in natural resources in terms of water, being a mountainous country. So we have about 86,000 megawatt producing capacity in Nepal. So another segment is the hydropower. Third one is, as you have rightly mentioned, tourism. And the fourth one, we in the sector where we work is MSME. So these are the 4 sectors, verticals, business verticals in Nepal, where all the banks and financial institutions are focusing on.
Excellent. The way we've been observing the market, at least from the Central Bank of Nepal, I think there is a lot of push on open banking and on CBDC. So where is that? At what stage it is, and how banks are preparing for that?
Actually, if you, it's too early to speak about open banking and CBDC. The central bank is still working on that. In fact, just last year, monetary policy, the central bank, for the first time, spelled about CBDC, and they also were thinking about informally about open banking. But if you talk about the collaboration with the technology or the fintech in Nepal by the banks and financial institutions are concerned, the things are already taking place. For example, I will give you some statistics. In Nepal, we have got about 57 million number of accounts. The number of, in terms of population number, it is just around 30 million, out of which 20% Nepalese are outside Nepal. So it's overpopulation, number of deposit accounts is more than the population size, number one. But on the other side, if you see the number of borrowers who have taken the loans, it is just 1.9 million. 57 million number of deposit accounts. But in terms of borrowing accounts, it is just 1.9 million.
How do you manage to do that? I'm sure Indian bankers would love to know the secret. How do you increase the CASA accounts and then reduce the loans?
No, I'm seeing another way around, in fact. I see a lot of opportunities to, when we talk about access to finance, finance and inclusion, we have a lot more to do in terms of, enhancing access to finance, because we have just 1.9 million borrowers only in Nepal. And as you have asked, what are the prospects for fintech, or what is the prospect for, say, technology-driven banking in Nepal? If you see the number of Visa or debit card holders, it is about 13 million. But if we see the number of mobile bankers, usually double, 26 million. So it is showing a very clear trend, of the need, the requirement, the market. So that way, in a number of sectors, we as a bankers see very good prospects. Number one, access to finance, just 1.9 million. We can enhance that. Another is use of mobile banking. So that way, there are many prospects also.
Yeah, so my experience there, I think payments is very deeply penetrated, right? So an extension to it, how what are banks doing to do a lot of technology implementations in doing alternative data assessment and do lending. What are the opportunities that exist there?
No,
And just to add to that is, what is your ambition to do a transformation in Muktinath Bank? I think the same will be replicated by others, right? What kind of digital transformation projects are you taking up?
actually, you talked about two things. One is the payment, another is the credit, right?
Correct.
So in terms of payment, if you see in Nepal about 4 years back, in terms of say number of payment transactions was used to be around 26 million, 260 million a year, which has just last fiscal year, it has grown up to 960 million, means around 3.5 times growth is there. Similarly, in terms of if you talk about volume, it was just around 2 trillion Nepali rupee, amount of transactions took place 4 years back for remittances, but payments, I mean to say. But last year it was around 10 trillion, 10 trillion. So it is again has grown up by 4.6 million. So market-wise, the requirement-wise, if you see, the payment transactions has grown phenomenally, not only in terms of numbers of transactions, but also in terms of amount. But on the other side, if you talk about credit, we have a lot to do. What I'm trying to say is we have lot to do, because we are still following traditional, credit practices in Nepal. Uh, Again, regarding digital lending, if we have to talk about, the central bank has just recently come up with the directive, according to which digital lending can only be done up to rupees 5 lakhs only, 500,000 only. So gradually the market will mature, the requirement will be filled, and the central bank will come up with the regulations, and we will follow that. Regarding your query about what Muktinath is, doing in that vertical, we have also been following the traditional banking practices, but we have a little bit different approach to that. Uh, as a bank, we are here to, in Nepal, we are there to do the banking services. But apart from that, what we have seen that I'm not sure, but I'm sure that most of the people who are here in this room and you may not be aware of, banking landscape, especially, practices done by Muktinath. Muktinath started from a village as a three-district development bank about 18 years back. Gradually, it grew to 10 district development bank, and later it became, in 2016, it became national level development bank. While we were in the village, we used to deal with the smallholder farmers. And from their feedback, we came to know that they don't want only financial services. They want non-financial support also, especially in the agriculture sector. So Muktinath Bikas Bank has taken an initiative about 5 years back to establish an agriculture company as an associate company, which is called Muktinath Kirshi Company. So what we are trying to do is, at least in the agriculture vertical, we are trying to tie up with the smallholder farmers, MSMEs, so that we can, provide them both the financial as well as non-financial services. We will not provide the non-financial services. Our associate company, Muktinath Agriculture Company, provides that. But when we go together, it becomes very, easy to create an ecosystem and mitigate the risks also. So for that purpose, in Muktinath, earlier we used to have, it's very strange to know that in any part of the world, in any branch, I'm talking very on a micro level, in any branch, if you go, then you will get the one branch manager. But in Muktinath, unlike that model, we have two branch managers in one branch. One dealing with the small customers, another dealing with the big customers. Big customers means more than 2 million Nepali rupee. So below 2 million Nepali rupee and above 2 million Nepali rupee. So that way we used to deal earlier, but that ultimately raised our cost. And because of that, we started using basically mobile banking. Not only for general customers, for smallholder farmers also. So that way, we have two mobile apps, in fact, in our bank. But that is again, I think there is a opportunity to work so that we can have one product and we can reduce our cost by 50%.
Excellent. I think a lot of inputs from you, right, on what's happening in the Nepalese market.
Yeah.
So if I have to ask you, what is one message to Indian startups for opportunities in Nepal? And let me just qualify it. I'm a sales guy at heart, right? So I will always bring this point. Everybody looks at also maximizing revenues, and my experience in Nepal is always minimizing the cost. So what's that one opportunity or two opportunities that exist for Indian startups where there is a win-win solution?
See, anyway, water moves downward. Water moves downward. I'm trying to
Revenue
be
has to
pragmatic.
move upwards, no, sir.
Sorry?
But revenue has to move upwards.
Revenue has to go up. Yeah, that's the irony. That's the paradox. What I'm trying to say is, Indian startups or Indian fintechs, if they can help in lowering the cost of doing business, whether in agriculture, whether in banking, whether in industry, whether in service sector, that will be a win-win proposition for both the parties, I believe.
Excellent, excellent. I think we'll just take one question from the audience, if any. None? Great. Then we'll end this session. Thank you so much. Thanks, Pradyuman, for coming here.
Thank you,
and then
Sreekant.
sharing your thoughts and insights about the market. I think I did 3 trips, as did my partner, but I didn't get these many insights. So maybe I have to do a lot more work in Nepal.
Yeah, next
Okay,
time,
we'll definitely come
when
back.
you are there, then we shall meet. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Lovely having you with us, and we would like to present you with a little token of our gratitude. Thank you.